What's going on, everyone? Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 3. We made a mess of it like I said we would before the game. That's what happened. We won by 1 goal. I went for 1-0. We won 3-2. So the 1 goal difference. Henderson made a clanger. Look, we're passing it around at the back like we're Barcelona. We're not. The only good thing about that, even though it wasn't a good end result in terms of the goal, is that it wasn't Lindelof or Maguire's fault. Like, we shouldn't be playing out from the back like that anyway when there's a striker lurking. But that was on Henderson, let's face it. He takes a touch, takes too long, and McGoldrick takes advantage of it. So the only good thing about that is that it wasn't Maguire or Lindelof to blame for that for once. Unfortunate for Dean. I do think he deserved to play at some point, whether it was this game or another game. But, I mean, he went on to have some good saves in the game, but wasn't a great start to the game for him doing that. I thought for the first 10 minutes we couldn't get a hold of the ball, like struggling to keep, even if we won it for a split second and got the ball, we keep, like 1 or 2 passes, it's gone again. That was worrying to start with. I thought the start of the game, as I said, the first 10 minutes at least were very worrying, very worrying. I thought there was a point where Aaron Mampasaka, he was coming out of the defence with the ball and he tries to switch a long ball like Beckham used to play, and just gives the ball away needlessly, trying to play a world-class across the whole field diagonal ball to no one, and we give them the ball straight away from it. And I don't know what he was doing. He wasn't even under pressure to do that pass, and I don't know what he was trying to do. So that sort of thing needs to stop. I thought he went on to have a stronger game out of Mampasaka, but I don't know what that was all about. Stop conceding possession needlessly. Maguire at one point I saw dragged out of position and let Sheffield run through, and luckily I don't think anything come of that, but I'm thinking, what are you doing? Like, do you know what I mean? They had a chance from that, when if he'd have just stayed in his position they wouldn't have been able to get through. So just silly little mistakes. Rashford got put through by Bruno, and it was kind of bobbling a bit and the keeper was coming out and he had a defender close to him and he should have scored for me. You could argue that he didn't get it fully under control when he was rushing it a bit, but for me, he should score that. But Rashford ended up being one of the players of the game, but I think he should score that regardless. He did redeem himself, I thought, a bit with a lovely ball over the top from Lindelof. First touch, unbelievable, that sets up the goal for himself. First touch, if you don't get the touch right, there's no goal. But applause for the ball from Lindelof as well. I've seen him do them sort of passes in previous games, but not usually get an assist from it. So great pass and a great touch, control and finish from Rashford. I thought Martial done brilliantly from Pogba, assisted him with a great ball, and Martial did well, got to the ball before the keeper and poked it in before the defender could react to it. So pleased for Martial as well. He needed the confidence boost and he's got his goal. Hopefully he'll get another one in the Leeds game. At least one. I thought Martial had a good game tonight and he needed it, not just the goal but his overall performance as well. But Pogba as well for me tonight. Look, I still stick by my word. He shouldn't be anywhere near the team after what happened. But since that's all happened and he's still been playing, he's been one of our better players, like in performance-wise. But it still doesn't change the fact of what I said earlier about the morals and setting standards. But for me, him and Rashford, it was them two that were the two above everyone tonight. So I can't lie about performance levels. A great ball from Pogba for that, and Martial done really well as well. So I thought Rashford could have had a first half hat-trick, to be honest. He had several chances that he should have had a hat-trick before half-time, in my opinion. As I said, he went on to have a great game, but he could have had a lot more goals. So it's always the same with Rashford, like you're not sure how much he's going to go in the game, like what he's going to take and what he ain't. For Henderson, he made a good save for, I think it was McGoldrick again. Yeah, it was McGoldrick. Henderson made a save with his legs just before half-time. Tight angle that is near post, it should be a routine save, but we need him to make them routine saves at that time, and sometimes that doesn't happen, not just from him, but De Gea in the past as well. And good reaction save to it, especially because he's got to deal with messing up for the first goal. He's got that in his head still, so he's had to recover and sort of get that to the back of his mind and pull off a save. So deservedly, I thought at the end of the first half we were deservedly up, winning the game. But do you know what I mean? Them first 10 minutes were horrible, and we can't keep starting games like that. So, but by the end of the first half, I thought we deserved to be winning. So But that's what Sheffield still had their chances. Do you know what I mean? They were maybe half chances or tight angles, but they still had their chances. But I think we did enough to be going into the end of the half with confidence. Second half, great team goal. It all started from Pogba again. Did a, I can't remember what you call it. It's a skill move. Got so calm in the game, Pogba, today. That's what I liked from him today. There's certain points in the game and in high pressure games like this where you need a result, regardless of where the team you're playing are in the table. You need a result. He was very calm in them situations today. So the move started from him. He then give it to I think it was Bruno. And Bruno gave it to Martial, and Rashford finished it off. Now, Ramsdale, the Sheffield keeper, should have saved it, really. Crept under him, but I'll take it, do you know what I mean? Rashford deserved more goals than he got. He should have took more of the chances he got. The keeper should have saved that one for me, though, but great team goal. Pogba and Rashford, as I said, really good tonight, really good. Them two were the pick of man of the match for me. I'll get to the ratings in a minute. Here's the thing though, no Donny van der Beek again. He comes on in the 79th minute. Why does it take 79 minutes for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to bring Donny on when you're already 3-1 up? Like, at least, I can't remember the when we got the third goal, but it was quite a large chunk of the game where you could bring Donny on still, and he doesn't bring him on till 79 minutes. I don't understand it. Saying that, when he come on, I didn't really notice him, but I've said this before because he needs more time. He's a quality player, but he needs to have more minutes under his belt. I don't understand why Ollie... Do you know what I mean? It's not like we're losing the game at that point. Bring him on earlier. You've got nothing to lose. Now, we did make a mess of the game going further on into it, but I would still bring him on earlier regardless. So I don't understand why it takes him so long to bring him on. He did have... The only time I did notice Donny, he had a chance to put Rashford through, and it looked like a clear guilt chance, and everyone could play that pass or see it, and I don't think he saw him. But Rashford would have been clear through on goal, no one near him, and he didn't release him, and you could see Rashford's frustration, and that was the only point that I thought, come on, Donny. Set piece, we conceded a set piece, but here's the thing. On the replay, Tellez clears the ball, and it actually hits, I think it was Baldock, the right back, hits his foot and goes out, but they got a corner for it. So the goal shouldn't have standed, but it beats Maguire. I need to see it again. Lindelof wins the header, but it hits McGoldrick and goes in. Now, I don't know if it's Maguire's fault, because I need to see it again. I think he probably should be clearing that before it reaches Lindelof and McGoldrick. Lindelof wins the header, but it hits McGoldrick and goes in. So I think Maguire should be getting to it, but I need to see it again. But again, set pieces, problems, and not the zonal marking is a problem. We need to go man marking, in my opinion. And then Henderson had a good save at the end from Brewster. Not a world-class save, but he had to do enough to push it away and get enough on it. And powerful shot, good technique, and Brewster hungry to try to make an impact, going to Sheffield from Liverpool. That's gone in previous games at times. You know what I mean? That bit of luck you need. And again, Henderson has to get out of his own head at times like that to make them saves, because he could have easily had more clangers after that start he had in the game. So, good save from Henderson to end it. But again, we made a mess out of the game, and I thought we would. And at 3-1 up, I'm thinking we're comfortable. But then they always do something to be like, no, here we go. So, player ratings, Henderson, I'll give a 4 out of 10, just below average. I was originally going to give him a 3. But then he made some saves that sort of upped it slightly for me. So 4 out of 10, but not a good start for him. I don't think he's going to get a lot of game time going forward now. It is what it is. Aaron Mampasaka, 5 out of 10, average game for me. Didn't really notice him too much. Didn't really see him getting beat too much. Just didn't really... He sort of went missing, but I didn't really see him getting taken advantage of in other games. So 5 out of 10. Lindelof I gave an 8 to. I thought the ball for Rashford's goal over the top was really good. I thought he was just solid tonight. I need to see the second set-piece goal again. Shouldn't have been in corner in the first place, but I need to see that again, see if it's him or Maguire at fault. But I thought even before that he was a lot better than Maguire was. Maguire I give a 6 out of 10, just above average. Few times getting dragged out of position when there doesn't even seem to be a lot of pressure, and he just needlessly comes out of position, which I don't understand. Didn't see him being vocal again or leading, but but not the worst, but not the best. 6 out of 10. Tellez, 7 out of 10, was on the ball quite a bit. Didn't really attack as much as I'd like him to. Set pieces and that were okay, but I know he's capable of a lot more, but I don't think he was rubbish, so I'll give him a 7. Pogba, as I said, you know my feelings on it and the whole situation, but he was one of the better players. 8 out of 10. His calmness tonight was vital, and he kept hold of the ball, he was strong, he was doing what you want your midfielder to do, and I thought he played really well tonight. It's probably the best game I've seen him have for a number of years, and that's saying something, so very well done to Pogba tonight. Matic, 7 out of 10. Not the best game from him, but I feel similar to Pogba, but not. I don't think he was anywhere near Pogba tonight, but I think he did his job well enough. I definitely prefer him to McTominay in that role, and I think McTominay ain't going to put in that sort of performance, so 7 out of 10 for Matic. Greenwood, just very quiet tonight. He had a chance where he probably should have crossed it, done some step overs and took a shot from a narrow angle, but that is because he's a striker and he's getting played out of position, so I kind of get it. But for me, not a great game. Do you know what I mean? Glimpses and that's it really. 4 out of 10. Bruno Fernandez, 6 out of 10. He was involved in a few movements and moments, but didn't get his assist or a goal that you expect from him. I don't think he was terrible, but I think like the likes of Pogba and Rashford were leaps ahead of him tonight. You've got to get these off games from Bruno, do you know what I mean? And he wasn't terrible, so I'll give him just above average with a 6. Rashford, 8 out of 10. He looked lively, he looked confident. His passes were even on point. He did have a bit earlier on in the game where he ran straight into someone, like you see from him do at least once a game. And I was like, oh, not again, Rashford. Can you please have a good game? Because sometimes when he does that, that starts the ball rolling in terms of him having a horrible game and making lots of mistakes. But it didn't. 8 out of 10. Martial, I thought, good link-up play again tonight. He got an assist and a goal. Very solid performance for me. So yeah, I thought he did a great deal of work that not a lot of people will notice, and it will go unnoticed and probably get a lot of stick still, but a good game. 7 out of 10 for me. Substitutes, Mata and Donny, I both give a 4 to. Don't think they really did anything when they came on, so just below average. Could maybe give them lower than that. And Ollie, for me, I'll give a 7 for the result, and we needed to win tonight. Probably could give him lower. Maybe I should have given him a 6. Maybe 7's a bit high, but maybe a 6. But I'll stick with it. I'll give him a 7. But the Donny thing, I just think it speaks volumes that he didn't want him in the first place. He doesn't trust him, because why does it take you 79 minutes to bring him on? Do you know what I mean? I just don't understand it. So, but we did get a result. We made a mess of it, but we did get the 3 points, and we go into the Leeds game with better confidence than we would have with a draw or a loss. So I've got to give him his credit for that. But he's still frustrating me. So 7 might be a bit too kind, but I'm going to give him a 7. My man of the match, as I said, would be between Rashford and Pogba. Very close for me. I'm going to give it to Pogba, despite everything. Look, as I said, I don't change what I've said about him, but his performance tonight was brilliant. But it doesn't change the fact of everything that's gone on off the pitch. So between him and Rashford, I thought was superb. Both could have got it, but I'm going to give it to Pogba tonight. I'm looking forward to the Leeds game. They're one of my favourite teams to watch, even though they're one of our rivals. They are an exciting team to watch. They're going to be a lot harder than Sheffield are. So we're going to have to scrap it out. It's going to be like a fight. So I'll be back for the Leeds game. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, and I'll see you then.